All right, sorry for the mess there. I got my sage messes. All right, so we're going to do the current situation. Let me clear this off real quick, though, because this is just awful. Make some space. Got my sage all over the table. My apologies. All right. Hi, Jay. Hi, Desiree. Hey, guys. We're going to do your current situation. Spirit, please be here with us right now. Use these cards to tell us the truth about the current situation as it stands. And what do you see coming? What do you see coming? What do you see coming? Okay, I'll reveal that in a minute. Bottom of the deck is a reconciliation. So usually that means bottom line, in the future, you will have a reconciliation. We're just starting out with this reading, of course, so we don't know who the reconciliation is with. Hi, Ling. Spirit, please guide and direct me with these tarot cards. Show me the current situation and the future. All right, bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands. Pay close attention to that because the page has been showing up in a lot of people's readings lately. I've noticed it in Frankie's Just Tarot. Who else do I follow? Tyler's Tarot. It's another one. Divine Guidance. I've noticed this page keeps showing up in people's readings. It means everyone that is intuitive is picking up on that energy. The page is about a new beginning, but it's more than that. It's about an adventure. This Page of Wands, he's setting out on a journey. He's made up his mind. So, in a sense, he's stubborn. He's also dedicated to whatever it is he sees for himself. He knows that he's going to reach whatever goal he's going to get to. But the pyramids, representing travel, long distance travel. And of course, spiritually with the wand. This is also leveling up in some sense, but it's movement. The page is always movement, communication, and understanding. You are moving into communication with this person. You guys are on a little adventure right now. Part of your purpose. You know it's spiritually connected. You know there's signs and synchronicities. You see them, and you're following the signs, and you're moving towards a new energy. Under that, we have the Three of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles. You are clearly disappointed. Thank you, Dojacel. I love you. You expected more from this person. You love them. but he's acting childish. Your heart just got broken into 1,000 pieces. Something happened 3 days ago, or it's been going on for 3 days. There is some level of disappointment about 7 years. So 7 years or more of frustration. And what I'm seeing is you've been very patient. You've given this person years of your life. You've dedicated it. You've been patient and understanding. You've gone along with what this person has asked you to go along with. You kept a positive mindset, far more positive than anybody else would have probably put up with. And in the end, after all of your dedication and work and sacrifice, this person decided to just go ahead and break your heart anyways. And for you, it's like it was all for nothing. Why did you even bother? Why did you even waste your time? And so you're looking at this pile just like, wow, after all that work, after everything I did, after all my forgiveness, all my understanding, all my patience, putting up with one excuse after the other and another and another. Work had you busy, family had you busy, finances were a mess, you needed more time, patience, 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 excuse, 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 and I think you're just tired of it. This is someone who's extremely frustrated with their partner, and more than that, their partner's decided to break their heart. And so there's this energy of, I'm moving away, like I'm moving out of town, or I'm moving on. You're giving up. I mean, gosh, this 9 of Swords is your mental state. And it's in reverse, which is pretty terrible. But I think you're finally coming out of frustration and maybe even obsession. The 9 of Swords for me there is like, it's hard for me to accept what's there, but I see it. I don't want to accept that this was a waste and it didn't turn out the way I wanted, but I have to. I think you're finally going to start sleeping better. But it's sleeping with a broken heart, obviously. I'm thinking of that Alicia Keys song. You should try sleeping with a broken heart. Sleeping a million miles apart. You should try sleeping in my bed. And there's a part in that song where she's like, something about like, you think you broke me, or this should have broke me. It should have broke me. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep being strong. You're finally seeing the way forward, and you know that you have to walk away at this time. What is your person's mental state? This person is back and forth with you. Honestly, they're on the fence with you. They don't know what to do with you. They haven't put you down, but they haven't picked you up. They're in limbo over you. They're torn a little bit. They don't want to keep pursuing you for some reason. It's like they don't want to. They don't want to deal with you. But they kind of have to. There's something here for them that they want to put you down as well, or they want to put this journey or this relationship down, but they can't. Something's going to prevent them, stop them. They're held back. What is it that is holding them back so much? They had this new beginning with you. They gave you an offer. Things were going really well for a period of time. It looks like recently some things were going pretty okay for you guys. They're taking on too much right now. And they didn't even put you into the equation. Here they are with a million things to do. They're helping friends. They're helping other family members. Like they're out there putting their hand out. They're helping other people. They're involved in many other things in their life, and they're not including you. You're not even on their list of priorities. Which explains why you're so disappointed. Right there. And you're just like, no, it's okay. You don't have to worry about me or my tears. It's not important to you. I see where I've been. 8 of Cups in the reverse. They're not going to stay gone for long. But you're just like, no, it's okay. Don't bother yourself with me. Don't bother coming around or calling or showing up. I see. You're too busy. You're too busy for me. You don't have time. And you know that saying, when someone loves you, they will make time. They will sacrifice other areas of their life just to make sure they can make some time for you, even if it's late night. And this person's giving you excuses. You know, saying, I'm sorry, I can't come over. I'm sorry, I can't see you. I'm sorry, I can't call you. I'm sorry. You know, this is just a pile of excuses. No wonder you're just like, screw off, okay? Let's see what this person feels emotionally for you. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Wands. So they want you, but they don't want to give you any effort. That's sad. In their heart, they're attracted to you. They desire you. They want you. They're physically attracted. They have fun with you. This person feels bonded to you in a sense that you guys kind of have a lot in common. You guys have fun together. You laugh. You play. They feel close. You're definitely fun and attractive and beautiful to look at. You think that'd be enough, but it's not. So with the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse for their feelings is, I don't want to give a lot of effort to you. I want you to do all the effort. Maybe I want you to try everything. That's not fair to you. I think it's also fair to say we're dealing with a fire sign energy today. That could be you or him or her, but there it is. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, definitely they're too afraid to move on, but they haven't let go, you know, and that's why I think you have that reconciliation. Your person's not taking the lead or control of their life. All the eights are in reverse in this reading. And that might be symbolic. It's like a never-ending story. But it's also a loss of power and a lack of leadership. This person feels that they need to focus on money and personal gain and not relationships, not you. And they feel like they are not committed to putting in any real effort, any real work towards your relationship. And to be honest, that means they don't take you seriously. They're looking for a shortcut, and they have no motivation. Nothing is encouraging them to try harder for you. And I want you to be real with yourself. Why is that? Relationships are never one-sided. You're going to have to take some responsibility for you and your part in this connection. Are you making it too easy? Way too easy for this person to not put in any work? Are you too nice? Let's clarify this. Spirit, clarify this lack of motivation, lack of effort towards my collective. So we have the past is in the past, hearts that speak the same language, mastering my karmic lesson, choosing the right path. Devotion, hopelessly devoted to you. This has been you. I know it's you, because you're a good person. That's you. That's you. You've been hopelessly devoted. You love this person unconditionally, and there's nothing they can say or do that has pushed you away. That makes you devoted unconditionally. That's obviously a good thing when you're being treated respectfully, you know? And I understand it's good at any time to love someone like that. I understand that that's a good thing to do. But with the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, I just feel like you've done it for so long with very little results. That makes it not good. Too much of a good thing is no good. You're going to have to wait before you see any results. You are going to see some. Number 19, the Sun, you are going to be happy. You are going to get good news. But you're finally getting a new perspective. You're being enlightened. You're seeing their lack of effort. You're seeing through the veil. You're seeing they've been BSing you. You're just seeing all their BS, which is just excuses, and you're not going to give them any more. You're stopping them with the Hangman, and you're just saying, stop right there. I see you. I see through your BS. You're mastering your karmic lesson, which is unconditional love. Yep, that's been your karmic lesson. Love, 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 love with very little results. You're finally choosing the right path for the both of you. I don't think you're giving up completely. You're just enlightened and you're saying, you know what? We're not right for each other right now. Whenever is whenever at this point. You're not shutting the door, you're just walking out of the room. I think you've had enough. Now they're going to want to come in and reconcile with you. It's in the cards. They are going to come back. I saw the 8 of Cups in reverse. They will come back. You guys might even reconcile sometime in August or even September, early September. That card is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I think you've known that, which is why you've hung on as long as you have. So why are they so difficult with you if it's true love? Why are they so difficult? Why is this so hard? All you want to do is love them. All you want to do is be part of their busy schedule. You just want to be a part of their life. You're not asking for a lot, 7 of Pentacles. You're just asking to be included, to be involved. You're just asking to be cared about. And by the way, you make them a priority. They've been a priority many times. Let's see what's going on with them. We have the 4 of Wands and the Chariot. In reverse, by the way. King of Swords, 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is a ticking time bomb. This deck is available on my website, by the way, if you're interested. It includes a free personal reading. You don't get that very many places today. So if you're interested, www.jks1111.com. This being said, your person, the reason they're doing this, the reason they're too busy, they're getting out of a relationship. I think it's something you've already known about because you've gotten 3 swords twice. So I know you know about this third party. And this is why you're brokenhearted. You know they were supposed to leave them a long time ago because this was the ticking time bomb. 10 of Wands, you're like, you should have left them ages ago, years ago. But okay, you're finally leaving them now. And it's like they've already left, but they're still consumed. They haven't quite let go of that situation. And so you're just like, are you kidding me? I've waited, I've been here, I've been present. And now you're finally free. You're finally gone. But I find out you didn't really want to be gone. You still wanted to be involved. And so the reason why is, with the Chariot in reverse, that relationship's not going anywhere. But you've realized, hey, King of Swords, our relationship's not going anywhere either. So what am I hanging in for? You've sat, you've watched, you've seen their other relationship crumble and fall apart. And all the while, what have you been doing? But just waiting, hanged man, waiting for this person to leave, waiting for this person to be done, waiting for this person to see your value. What do they see in you? Wow. Unfortunately, they see the truth, but they're not doing anything about it. They see you as their twin flame. 1111, 4 wands. They see it. They see the connection. They see it. They see that they should have married you, Hierophant. You were the one they should have married, and you were the one they should have been with. So what's the problem? Why didn't they choose you? Why did they get involved somewhere else? King of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Strength card with the Nine of Swords, Misery. They chose this other person in a relationship because they felt that it was a stronger relationship than yours. Even if you are divine, twin flame energy, they chose it because they felt pressure. This is an immense amount of pressure. And look at that, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I'll be honest, they thought they were two peas in a pod, this other person. They were of the same culture or of the same race, okay, or of the same something. There was something very similar between them and this other person. They chose them. They just felt perhaps, that was just the better fit for their life. It's obvious it was karmic in nature, but they picked it. Now, they're unequally yoked. They're not matched because even though they have a lot of similarities with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, one of them is in reverse. So they're not eye to eye. They're not equal, even though they have a lot of similarities. It doesn't matter. Two of Cups, they did have feelings for this person. I'm not going to say that they didn't have any feelings for them because they did. They wouldn't be there. They wouldn't have been there if there was zero feelings. There was feelings. They opened themselves up. They sacrificed your relationship to go have this one. Sad as that is, that's the truth. They used that. They did sacrifice you. You were on the chopping block. Your relationship was on the chopping block. Why did they do this? Unavailable. Unavailable. They pulled themselves away from you. They didn't want to be available for you. Oh, they kept telling you they're not available. That's what they kept doing. They kept saying, I'm not available. I'm not single. I'm not free. I'm not free to make my own choices. I'm not able. Wow. Thank you so much, Transformation Queen. Thank you. So why were they so unavailable? Why did they not want to make themselves single and available to be with you? What is the deal here? Yet they got with the other person. Distant. Guarded. God, they just stayed away from you. They pushed themselves away from you. So I see why they didn't choose you. They literally made an excuse again that they were not single and they weren't available. But that's lies because they may have told you at first, I'm not available, I'm taken, I'm still married, or I'm getting a divorce right now and I'm mentally not in a good place, or I'm going through something right now. I'm not looking for any relationship at all. And then they started dating. They started seeing people without telling you that they were open to a relationship. And in the midst of them being open elsewhere and closed for you, they met somebody. And even though you guys were in communication, Page of Wands, you guys were always in communication. they started seeing this other person. And that's just wrong, of course, but they were using you like the Queen of Wands. They were always using you like the third party. And they've still been using you like the third party. They left you like this. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. For my love for you is as deep as the ocean. So they always left you knowing they had feelings, but they didn't act on it. How fun is that? That must have just been a ball. You guys must have had a lot of fun with this person. They're also very cold with their words. King of Swords. I'm sorry, but this person is insensitive and mean. Mean. The things they say to you in arguments, 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups, how they leave you hanging, how they silent treatment you, how they talk to you, very, very cruel, very disrespectful. You're tired of it. The Covenant is here. Illumination is here. Life partners. I want to talk to you, but I'm afraid. I know that this is a soul connection. Okay, so you've gotten this 9 of Swords twice. That's very strong. You've gotten twin flame energy twice. You know you're going to be brought back with this person. You know it. I know it. I'm reading it. That may bother you, but it's the truth. And why you say, why would I be brought back with this person? Listen, I don't know who told you that things were going to work out as planned. I don't know who fed you lies, thinking that life was just cupcakes and freaking rainbows. I don't know who told you that all of you watching are going to get this fairy tale. I don't know who's feeding you this. I don't know if you're feeding yourself this, or if other readers are feeding you this. You're being deceived. And you need to put your discernment radar up, because clearly your red flags have been flagging you, but you're not listening. And then you're just going to leave my channel and go listen to some other pity-pat reading where it's like, it's going to be okay, honey. You're going to meet the next best thing. And life's going to go great for you. And you're going to have abundance and everything's going to work out perfect. And you're going to have a great life. Thanks for watching. You know, you want to leave? You want to go hear that? Be my guest. Go ahead. Go tell yourself whatever you want to go hear for the day. If that's what you need to get through the day, fine, I get it. You need to hear good things so you can get through every day with peace. I get that. And that's good. And that has its place. And that has its reasons, you know? But then there's this kind of tarot here. There's this revelation that comes through that tells you, listen, you're in a mess. You are in a mess. You're in a big mess. You have a real problem. There's a problem that needs to be solved. And if you don't solve it, you're going to keep repeating it. So let's solve, you know, and that's what I'm here to tell you. If you've been like, yeah, that's the truth. I'm definitely catching myself catching feelings for someone that's unavailable. I'm catching myself pursuing someone that keeps breaking my heart and making sure that I'm not satisfied. And you know what? I let them back in because they come back. They come back. They always come back. And if that's you and they always come back, then you're watching the right channel. And you know you need boundaries. You know you need to be guarded, but how? You know, that's a whole nother story. How, why, when, what do I need to guard? What exactly is going on here? This is why things are not working out in your favor. Wheel of Fortune, 10 in the reverse, and you're ending up with 10 of Swords. Well, the good news is you have choices. King of Wands. You got Queen of Wands here earlier. Your choices, you don't need to be nice all the time. You don't need to coddle this person. Yes, this is a soul connection. Yes, it most likely is a twin flame journey. One soul, two bodies. Yes, this is a true love. They do love you. They're just being an a-hole. Yes, that's true. And yes, they are going to come back. But there's something deeper than that message that you need to get. You reincarnated here. You came back with one soul, two bodies for a reason. And it wasn't to just kiss and hug and hold hands and be married and be merry, you know? It wasn't for that. There was a deeper reason. And I think you already know what that is, now that I said it. The deeper reason you came back. Not as one, but ripped in two. And that's the illumination. You've gotten the Sun card twice. You've gotten the Nine of Swords in reverse twice. Well, once in reverse, once upright. It's written on the wall. You have to be brave enough to look at the problems. And I think that's why you got the Strength card. I think that's why you got the Hanged Man. It's like looking at things through a different perspective. I think it's great on my deck here that she's stressed out, you know, just avoiding. She's looking away from what's written on the wall. It's written right there, and she doesn't want to read it because that's too stressful. And all the knives are pointed at her, and she feels like as soon as I look up and I read these words on the wall, I'm going to get stabbed everywhere. It's going to hurt. If I look at the truth, it's going to hurt. I'd rather look away from the truth, tell myself some kind of fairy tale, and just be like that. I'm not ready to be hurt again. And I get it. You've gotten Three of Swords twice as well. You've been crushed. So I understand why you're doing what you're doing, but your soul came back because you've not just been crushed in this lifetime. You've been crushed in a past lifetime as well. And you didn't fix it last time. You didn't. You hurt, you suffered, and you never healed. You never fixed it. You never wanted to acknowledge in your past life what really went wrong. And you may have very well in your past life blamed that it was always the other person. It was them. They were the reason you hurt. They were the reason. You didn't do anything wrong to deserve it. There was this talk show I was watching recently, like a short, and it caught my eye. It caught my attention. And there was this woman, and she was in the audience with a microphone, you know. And she was kind of bashing this guy who was talking about why women in divorces end up divorced, and that why men cheat, why... I'm not giving anybody excuses, trust me. But, you know, it was one of those kind of debates on this short. But there was this one guy on the stage standing up for whatever he was standing up for. And he said, you know, ladies, it's not all the man's fault that they've done that. It's not all the man's fault that this divorce happened, or that this relationship happened, or that they stopped trying. And the women were like, oh, you're going to give the guy excuses. Oh, yeah. Keep giving excuses to the cheater, to the liar, to the one that hurts women. Keep giving excuses. Make their wrongs right. This is the problem with all you guys. You know, that was the debate. But the guy had some real truth, some real facts, and even the girl that had the microphone had to sit down and listen and agree. And he was like, you know, you want to blame the other side constantly. And I get that. They're wrong. They hurt you. They hurt themselves. They were childish. They were immature. They made stupid choices. Yes, they did, and I'm not giving them excuses for that. But he's like, you deserted yourself long before he did. You quit loving yourself long before he did. You gave up on yourself first. You quit having boundaries. You quit demanding respect. You quit taking care of yourself. You quit looking, what did he say? Looking, gosh, I can't remember. But in essence, he was just saying, like, you know, you're the one who quit on yourself first, basically. You're the one who stopped romanticizing yourself, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, being excited with life, you know, doing your passions, your projects. You got obsessed with a man. You threw yourself into that person and you lost yourself. So before he ever gave up on you, you gave up on you. And in essence, that's what it was. And it made a lot of sense. And a lot of people, you know, had to stand up and agree. Even the girl with the microphone started crying. She cried because she knew that was true. She knew that's her in her relationships. They left because she left herself first. They abandoned her because she abandoned herself. She gave them all. She gave them everything. And she wanted to be mad because she would throw that in their face and say, I gave you everything. I gave you all of me. I gave you years of my life. I gave you my youth, my time, my love, my energy. Everything I had, I gave to you. How dare you leave? How dare you mistreat me? How dare you? How dare you hurt me? And that is a very painful truth. When someone actually looks in the mirror and realizes, I had still some part to play in that, in hurting myself. A lot of people don't like owning it. You may not like owning it right now. You may get mad because I said this. Maybe this triggered you. Maybe you are triggered by that. But you see, that's why you came on this twin flame journey, to learn these difficult truths. These hard truths of realizing I am part of the issue as well. This goes both ways with the Hierophant. Fives are challenging. Marriages are challenging. Commitments and promises are challenging. Religion and practices are challenging. They're not easy, and they always require sacrifice. And so there's some kind of acknowledgement here. Let's clear the air. It's not all their fault. What is your part in this? Two Pentacles. Does that make sense to you? What does the shadow side want to tell you about your fault in this? We're going to take a little reading here now from, where is it? Oh, I can't find that. Where's the book for this? Okay. I was like, Steph, why do you need to get the book? Listen, because I do. I need to get it because I want to read you something that's meaningful. Spirit, please tell them why this message needed to be heard today. So your shadow, and it wants you to listen to guidance. Guidance is a word that you've been hearing lately. Guidance. And you need to take this guidance. You need to listen. Don't be so forceful. Don't be so, I know everything. You know, listen to people. Take that guidance with a grain of salt. In love. And the card you got is creating, the number 11. And this is the growing moon. When is the last time you have delved into a passion? Passion. Not just the daily routines, but something creative and fun and unique and special to only you. This could be a craft, a hobby, a song, a home redecorating, cooking, playing, anything that you get to use a part of your mind that is not for creating a relationship, creating money, but just creating something beautiful, something fun, something enjoyable. Okay, this has been missing. This is a piece of the puzzle that's been missing in your life. Have you ever felt too focused? I'm sure you have. You don't need to comment, but I'm sure you have gotten to a place where you have felt too ultra hyper focused on healing or your relationship. This is trying to get you away from the focus and into the love, to the art. We're talking 5th house. And this card says, the full growing moon is associated with creating and bringing something into this world, into existence. And as the mother is painted upon this card, beautiful music flows from the energy of her muse, the goddess. So I love how they have mother and the goddess. The goddess is the muse. We are all the mother in essence. And the mother has duties and responsibilities. She has to get up and fulfill all kinds of needs every day. But her muse, her inspiration is art, beauty, which whistle while you work, sing songs while you work, look beautiful while you work, while you nurture, while you caretake, while you do healing work, at least let it be beautiful in an aesthetic place, and that's the muse of the mother. And so it says, the joy and power of creation passes through her fingertips into her violin and drifts towards the power of the full moon, giving it energy and feeding it. And when's the last time you, mothers, divine feminines, have been fed? Feed your inner muse. Feed yourself. You have been so hyper-focused on this. It's time to let your creativity soar. Look all around you for a muse, some inspiration, and use that to create something beautiful or make something beautiful. Have you desired to start painting? Or to feel how it would be to have a brush in hand? Or to dance, make music? Maybe read a book that has always rumbled in the back of your mind? Perhaps that small souvenir you picked up a few years ago sparked an idea for a living room makeover, but you never did it. It is time to harness these ideas and advance towards something amazing. So yeah, you're going to get your mind off of this character, which, by the way, is your twin flame. You're going to get your mind off. You're going to leave for a while. You're taking a break, a sabbatical, a vacation from this relationship. Good day to you, sir. And I think you are leaving this person behind, not permanently, but for a season, because you're just done being hurt. And you realize it's not all on them. It's on you. You've put a lot of things on the back burner for him or for her. And you've put it there and you've left it there for seasons. And you're just like, God, I did this to myself? This is what I chose to do to myself? This is crazy. This is nuts. Now, you might be irritated, and I can already sense some of you guys like, I don't want them to come back. I can hear you saying, I don't want him to come back. I don't want her to come back. I don't want it. I get that. I get it. A lot of you guys are on the same page in the same book. You're like, I don't want to revisit this. This is already painful. It's already a problem. What makes you think I want to continue that problem once I've left and found some kind of happiness? Well, there's a reason. And you're probably going to say, well, what the heck is that reason? What could possibly be that reason? Let's find out real quick. Put some coconut oil on my hands. Spirit, what is the reason? What is the real reason why this person is going to show back up in my viewer's life? What came to my mind is that movie with Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins. What is it? Death. Meet Joe Black. And it's where Anthony Hopkins tells his daughter, love is powerful. Like, you should never be in love if it's not everything. I can't think of the exact words in the quote. You guys can quote me. You can put it in the comments if you know the quote. But basically, in essence, what he's saying is, if you don't wake up crazy about someone, if you're not absolutely insane over someone, it's not worth it. If your entire life isn't consumed with somebody like that, then why the hell would you fall in love? It's not worth it. You know, love has to be everything if it's real. And so what I'm getting from that is, yes, we need breaks. Yes, there's problems. Yes, you are SHIT crazy for being with someone like this, but that's crazy. That's crazy love. You are creating a crazy love story. It's your own crazy love story, and it's not everyone's picture of health, and it's not everyone's fairy tale novel, but it's your crazy love story. And in the essence and packed inside all this drama is true love. And you wonder, well, how does this person even truly love me if they're putting me through this? Remember, let's go back. It's not just them. They are not putting you through something. They are not dragging you by your hair into a cave of misery. You signed up for this. You signed up for this journey. Jack Wolf, thank you for the quote. Love is passion, obsession, someone you can't live without. I say, fall head over heels. Find someone you can love like crazy and who love you in the same way back. I love that. Now you're going to say, Steph, well, how is this person loving me in the same way back? They are in their own twisted way because they've never let you go. They, remember, Two of Pentacles, they didn't see why they needed to continue with you. They didn't feel equally yoked with you either. They didn't feel like you guys were perfectly hemmed up and matched up either. Yet they keep talking to you. They keep coming to you. They keep seeing you. They keep opening up to you. Why is that? They're asking themselves the same question. Let's put yourself in their shoes. You're in a relationship. You found someone you want to be with, but you keep looking back. You keep going back to another person, and you can't stop, and you don't know why you're drawn to them, but you keep being drawn to them, and you're just like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get it together? Why can't I stop talking to this person? Why can't I stop thinking about this person? Why can't I just get them out of my life, out of my feelings? Yet you keep going back. Imagine yourself in that position. They feel just as crazy about you. They don't understand why they're drawn to you either. They're trying to live their life too. They're just like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. What's wrong with me? Why do I not feel completely at home with them, yet I keep getting drawn back like they are my home? A very strange connection for them as well. So yes, ask yourself, well, why am I with this person? Why do I keep getting drawn in? Same reasons. You want to leave. You want to let go. You want to move on, but you keep being drawn in. That's this crazy connection that you guys both share. And in the midst of that is your problems, is your karmas, is your hangups, your issues. So listen to this guidance, take a break, do something fun, get your mind off of this. I think the biggest message today is distraction. You need to distract yourself from them. You've been putting too much of yourself in them. And even though that's your solution, that's also the reason why they have not been good to you. I hate to say that, and I know you're like, well, Steph, I would have been all that in a bag of chips and perfectly rolled up and buttoned up and beautiful had they just been good to me. That's not fair, is it? It's not fair to be the best version of your best self as long as fill in the blank. That's conditional. That's, I will be the best version of myself as long as they love me fully as I feel I deserve to be loved. Then I will be my amazing self. They are not allowing me to be my amazing self, Steph. They're hurting me, therefore not allowing me. That's why I've been stalled. That's why I've been stunted. That's why I've been stopped in my growth. It is because of them. You see, that's the excuse you're telling yourself. That's why you're not your best version. That's why you're not outliving your best life. That's why you don't feel wonderful. And that's why they're not here holding your hand right now. It's conditional. See, this lesson, this karmic lesson, obviously, which you've already given yourself the answer. I know you have right now. You've already given yourself the answer. You have to do that anyways. You have to go be your best version of your best self with or without them. You have to choose you with or without them. You have to be beautiful with or without them. You have to be attractive with or without them. You have to be happy and creative with or without them. And I'm not saying you always have to be happy because that's not balance. You need misery. You need sadness. This is the beautiful harmony that comes in the universe and your lessons. It's good that you've been Three of Swords. It's good that you've been Nine of Swords. This is what's humbled you. This is what's brought you down in the Hanged Man position, getting this new perspective, being enlightened with the Sun card, realizing I need to go be happy. I need to go be happy without them. And that may be hard, but that's what I got to do. That's what I should do. It is going to be hard with the strength. It's going to require strength. But that's why you have Page of Wands. You're like, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to go on this journey with or without them. Anyways, this is the guidance that we're getting today. And hopefully the revelation that they do love you and you love them. This is a twisted relationship and it's full of drama. They do want to talk to you, but they are afraid to reach out. You're probably mad. You guys have probably been through it lately. Maybe you want to reach out to them as well, but you're afraid. You're afraid to argue. You're afraid to get into it. You're afraid to hear things you don't want to hear. So both of you are going through this. Let's go ahead and close this reading on what is going to happen. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, where do you see this relationship headed in the next phase? Okay. Show me this next phase of creating, Page of Wands. What do you see for him and for her? So he's going to feel like he can't breathe. He could be a she, but, it's the masculine energy. Feels like can't breathe, suffocating. There's a lot going on over there, okay, for that person. All right, so there's definitely struggle for your masculine because you're walking away, because you're closing down, and they're going to have to sit in their own reflection as well. And they have a different story than being the muse. They have a different story than being creative. They have some other kind of situation they have to go face. But this one's yours, okay? So you need to go do this for you. And where's your next phase? What does that look like for you? All right. So the next phase for you is Ghostlands in the reverse and Peaks of Joy in the reverse. 33 may be an important number to you, and the number 8. So bottom line, you're going to realize in this next phase that you relied too heavily on material achievements. And that was the reason why you said you couldn't be happy. You always had the conditional, just like I said, I'll be happy when I meet the right lover or make the right amount of money or reach the ideal weight and so on. Why wait? Arrive to the perfect destination before allowing yourself. Why wait to arrive at the perfect destination before allowing yourself to experience shared light? You're going to find joy in your days. Taking walks, listening to the songbirds, scratching a kitty's head, playing with a dog, looking at a baby, and being in awe with life. This is going to lead you to a true sense of bliss. Be alive, be grateful, and know that happiness is an inside job. That's crazy because that's exactly this reading. That's exactly what I was saying. Isn't that crazy? That's the oracle that came out for you. And that's the next phase. You're not going to be looking at the scale, and you're not going to be looking at your bank account. You're not going to be looking at your relationship status. The next phase is you just being happy because it's an inside job. Now the Ghostlands card in reverse appears, and a sign that you are wandering in an emotional and intellectual place with no real substance. And that really explains your 9 of Swords, wherever that was. Okay. So Ghostlands goes right along with this card. Okay. And that's how they coincide, and that's your next part of your journey. An emotional and intellectual place. There's no point in longing for that which has already gone or hasn't happened yet. Perhaps you created a fantasy, or maybe you're living in the good old days, okay? Or there's some elusive utopian destination that lies somewhere in the future. You know, that this or that has to happen to make things better. You're going to get into a place where you're going to live one day at a time, and each day is a beginning. Each day is filled with truth and beauty. Stay away from the ghostlands of past and future. Avoid nostalgia and longing for something better. Find joy in what is present in your daily life. So there you go. That's where you're going to be at. You're going to be at taking a break from the relationship, being creative, loving every day, making every day special or beautiful in your own way, and no longer sitting in this energy. Okay, you were always afraid to look at the red flags, but I don't think you're afraid anymore. I think you realize it's not all them, and it's not a blame game, that you haven't been choosing you for a long time, and you haven't been faithful or loving to yourself in a long time. So you're going to go find happiness again without them. That's your next phase. Go, Mama. All right, let's see your persons. Your person got the magician, wait, what is this? The magical map shifter in reverse. And the bone collector in the upright. So this is all magician energy, which is very masculine, and it's creative, and it's taking action and control. So your masculine is going to take action and control of their own life. That's definitely part of their next part of their journey. The number 7 and 1 is a powerful number for them. So with the bone collector, she's asking your masculine to look closely at circumstances to see if they are fully present. Are they really there in their situation? Or are they on autopilot, right? Are they reacting out of a past conditioning or an unconscious expectation? Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We accept this, and this version of the truth that then sets up how we behave in certain ways in the future when dealing with the same situation or a situation that reminds us of a past event. When we know, what we know about ourselves becomes influenced by perception and limitation on pre-written stories. So see, he's also not in the current moment. So he's going to have to get in the current moment. He's definitely going to be going into a place where he may feel unworthy and weak without courage. He's going to see himself as flawed and unlovable. And he criticizes himself, so he attracts more criticism to him. He expects to be criticized. Therefore, like the magician, when you expect something, it's going to happen. So he's creating his own criticism. No matter what the question is, the bone collector reminds that the truth is he's powerful, like the magician, and whatever he thinks about, he brings about. Whatever he wills will be his, and it will be created. She keeps safe what was stolen in the wounding, and she's here for the masculine to reclaim it. His courage, his self-love. He has everything he needs already in him. He just doesn't see it. Anything is possible. And the wounds of the past do not need to define him. So he's stuck in the past, and your masculine's going to be going into a place in the near future of reflection, looking back at his choices, looking back at his decisions, his relationships with you and with others, his childhood, and seeing how he keeps replaying the same events. See, you're not all at fault either. It's him. And he needs to look at that and go, okay, this isn't happening to me. I am a co-creator. I co-created this fight. I co-created this energy. I was a part of making this experience. And so he's going to be stepping into that. I see how my own negative thinking and my own negative thoughts and my attitude bring the same results. So I see reflection coming up in his future. And now we're going to see the map shifter. In reverse. There are times of chaos and darkness that occur, much like the growing pains experienced by the caterpillar in his process. There is a tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise. When something is taken away or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you to let go of old ideas about what life is supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like. You are not a victim. Rather, you are experiencing temporary discomfort. We all must go through that before the beauty is revealed. So your masculine is just sitting here upset, really upset, saying, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. I want it to stay good. I want us to stay in good communication. I want to keep offering you breadcrumbs. I want to keep in this other relationship without challenges. I don't want to be challenged. I don't want to become more. I just want to be right here. Why do you guys keep challenging me? Why do you keep expecting more from me? You know, can't we just have this daily life? No. And see, he's going to go into the shadow where he's realizing that's the problem. He cannot stay in one place. He is the creator. He's the masculine. And he attracts these things to himself. He's not a victim. And he's letting his past haunt him. And he doesn't want to step into a new chapter. So what's going to happen? What are the results? Spirit, what is the results for the masculine? Hope. A glimmer of hope. You are my other half, bottom line. So there's a glimmer of hope for this masculine. He's realizing that you're very special. We have please forgive me. I think you're going to be getting an apology. I think there's going to be some self-reflection. We have narcissus energy. He might realize he's got some narcissistic tendencies, and realizing he's been a little self-absorbed. Okay, and he has hope that you'll forgive him. And he has hope that you guys can patch things up. So as he reflects, that's where you get that reconciliation. That's where you're getting that 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay, he is going to want to come back at some point. So what is your results as you go into peaks of joy, as you go into just being happy, not sitting around waiting for a magician with no wand to create nothing and just want to stay stagnant, which has been driving you insane? What is the result for you? The inner journey. Okay. Hermit mode, pulling away, being by your lonesome. That's okay. Like, I want to be by myself. I want to go do some exploring, traveling, but also just the inner soul, just fixing things that need to be fixed. I know there's secrets between us. Okay. You know that they're not telling you everything. And you're just like, I get it. You don't have to tell me everything. You also know that you're not telling yourself everything. You know, moon card, that there's things about you that you haven't wanted to be revealed to yourself about your own issues. And you have, I love you. So you still love this person. Okay? There is hope. Like I said, this is your crazy love story. It is a crazy love story. It's no one else's. Twin flame journey, for sure. It is what it is. Not everyone has to like this particular story, but there you have it. All right. What do the cards want to say about your love life, your crazy connection? Cards reveal some facts for the audience to connect to. This is going to be a sign or a symbol. Neon lights might be a symbol, a neon, okay? We have paradise, happiness, joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, and the honeymoon phase. Maybe going to the beach, palm trees. There might be a sign with paradise for you that might be important. You have not today. Boundaries, hurt, avoiding a conversation, not dealing with it, and still upset. This might be a sign for you as well. They've either given you the hand to your face or you've given them the hand. And you're just like, listen, I need to step away. Okay? There are boundaries, and this went too far. It's too far. So you guys are just needing to do what you need to do for yourself. So I see some distance and some silence for a little period of time. I feel like this is mostly you kind of just saying, that's enough. That's enough. I don't need to hear anymore. And then we have the teddy bear. So a teddy bear might be a sign for you, interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, and wanting to date. So a teddy bear could be a symbol or a sign. And these could be some factual little pieces of evidence that this is your reading. And next, we're going to see what's going to be happening in your life in general as a sign to connect with you, to tell you that this is your reading. What is on the agenda? Oh, we have contracts, paperwork, letters, communication, messaging, bridges, building a bridge, okay, with someone, making up with someone. So you're going to be making amends, making up with someone, and agreeing on a contract, if you will. Okay, signing some papers, texting, communicating, writing a letter. We have the star card on the agenda. So it's kind of like a compass. Then it's being directed in the right direction, okay? So I think you're going to be directed into forgiveness. This is next on your agenda. Also traveling, okay? Traveling is on the agenda for sure. There's travel, and there's making up with someone, and there's contracts. That's in general next on the agenda for you. And this is seeing eye to eye, understanding. I sense completion and just peace with understanding things that never made sense before, that you're finally opening up and allowing it to make sense. You're able to put yourself in other people's shoes, and someone's able to put themselves in your shoes as well. So yeah, I definitely feel that. And there's going to be some kind of a binding agreement made. And it's fated. Whatever binding agreement or paperwork that's going to be signed is fated. Just know that whatever's coming up, it's supposed to. It's already supposed to happen. And I'm going to leave you with advice for your love situation before we go. What is the advice, Spirit? What advice do you have for the collective? For the feminine collective, what advice? So you have deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Trust your instincts. And then here you have, look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. And that's that hermit stuff. Self-introspection. So in the heart and in yourself, you already know. All right. Well, I guess this concludes my reading. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to be a member. I plan on doing some special member stuff this weekend. So if you're already a member, perfect. You're going to get your readings. And we're going to get into some more member fun. Some magic, perhaps. Something that you guys request, something that you guys want to do. In order to be a member, please go to my website, jks1111.com, and select a VIP membership or the Inner Circle, a basic membership, and become a member. That pays for multiple readings monthly for free and included with your membership. And it also gives you other perks like bonus videos and discounts on purchases. Things I only offer members that I don't offer anybody else, like astrology readings, personal messages, a little bit of favoritism in my lives and other readings to get cards and stuff like that. So I hope you guys can. And if you're not looking to get into anything monthly, but you want to try me out, you want to see if I can do a personal reading for you, I do have a special offer with my tarot cards. You get a free 30-minute if you purchase them. Okay? And if you don't want to purchase anything like that, you just want a little reading, I have affordable readings on my website. Anywhere from 5 minutes to 45 minutes. And you could just pick a reading that suits you and let's meet up. Let's chat, let's talk about your situation, and let's get you some answers, some clarity. If any of you guys like what you've been hearing and you just want to donate, you want to send some love, you want to give back to the universe for whatever you've been receiving, you can always donate on my website as well. The one that gives gathers. And you can donate whatever amount you feel on my website. Or you could go to Cash App. There's a link below and you can leave a message and donate there. And if times are strapped for you right now, but you still want to give a little something, give a shout out, share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you, Jack Wolf. Thank you, Stephen Butler. Thank you, Michael Johnson. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind, as a feminine, you can be that man behind it. It doesn't have to be of that sex. It's an energy. You guys know that. And Ling, thank you so much for watching. I'll be doing a masculine reading later today as well. But this concludes this one. I love you so much. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Just keep swimming. Well, good night, Ling. Oh, I love you. Bye-bye.